Hello, and welcome to a Secrets of Strixhaven draft. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I'm really excited to draft with guys today. Okay, here we go. So, our mythic rare here is really good. That's definitely one I want to play if I can. If that wasn't in the pack, Graduation Day is good in like the Silver Quill deck, white black. I like Deduce. I've never really played with Fractal Anomaly. I think Witherbloom Charm is good as well. In the commons, mm, I'd probably take Render Speechless. It's a strong card. Okay. So the card that's really sticking out to me in this pack is Vibrant Outburst. For red and blue, it deals 3 damage to any target. Any target, that's important. So you can hit your opponent in the face with this spell. And then you get to tap one target feature, which is also pretty good. I've already picked a really good red spell, so I'd like to follow it up with something that could potentially work with it. Vibrant Outburst seems good. These two red spells at the uncommon level are good, but I think they both work in a more aggressive deck, and seeing as Improvisation Capstone costs 7 mana, I'd rather think of myself as more of like a controlling player rather than trying to push damage. Okay, so I really like Mana Sculpt, especially if I'm going to be in a more control-oriented deck, which I think is what this is leaning towards. Mana Sculpt, I think, can be really strong to be holding up a counterspell. Um, Sleight of Hand is also pretty good. And then Pursue the Past is nice as well if I wanted to, like, splash white, which is definitely doable. And the Is It archetype here, Archaic's Agony, is also nice, but I'm going to stick with the Mana Sculpt. Okay. So here, Pescrude Sloth is a really good card. And it's certainly possible for me to play green in a red-blue deck. I think Pescrude Sloth can be really good for stabilizing a board as well. I am interested in Prismari Charm. I think that can be strong as well. Yeah, I think I am going to take the Charm just to stay true to my red-blue instincts here. Okay. So here, I do like the Sky Whale. I watched a video that talked about how the Sky Whale is better in a more aggressive deck that wants to push damage. But I have seen it play pretty well in these Is It control style decks and act as like a finisher, a way to just a big flyer that's gonna push through damage after you kind of get their stuff out of the way. Um, Burst lightning is also pretty good. So okay, so here there's some really good Lorehold cards. So we've got Spirit Mascot. We've also got Garrison Excavator. Steal the Show. I'm not crazy about because the amount of damage that it deals is going to be so conditional based on the instants and sorceries in your graveyard. I'm really happy to take the Garrison Excavator here. I think this is a really strong card. I don't have any cards that allow things to leave my graveyard right now. So for here, I'm going to take the Dust Speaker. This is a really good card in the Lorehold deck. And what I'm thinking about here is maybe, given that we saw two good Lorehold cards in the last pack, and now we're seeing this sort of like role player common for the Lorehold deck, I'm wondering if Lorehold is open. And now we see Wilt in the Heat, another good red-white card. I can definitely play the Capstone in the Lorehold deck. So I'm kind of organizing my spells here. I've got sort of my red-blue idea here, and these two work better in the red-white. And so really as this pack rounds out, as we finish, we're going to pay close attention to whether we see more red-white or red-blue spells being open. Here, Procrastinate is pretty good. The Mascot's pretty good for that red-blue strategy. We also have Interjection, which can be more of an aggressive style card in the red-white deck. We do have Graduation Day. I don't play this card in red-white. I'm feeling pretty good about the red-white option right now. And again, we have these two aggressive cards here. I'm going to take the Dual Tactics. It's really easy to get this to leave the graveyard and cause a graveyard, like, and trigger my Garrison Excavator. And then we have Pursue the Past, which is a really strong Lorehold card. So as this pack finishes up, I'm pretty confident about my lane. I think I'm going to play Lorehold. Stadium Title Mage. It looks like both of the lanes were open for red-blue and red-white. Take Return the Favor. I'm probably not going to end up playing this card. It's a little bit too reactive. And sure, we can take Heated Argument. It's going to be fine. Aggressive spell for us. And we get Spirit Mascot. So this is a really good sign that Lorehold is open. This is one of the best cards in the set, Moment of Reckoning. But if I'm going to be in this red-white deck, I'm not going to be so excited about splashing, especially for a card that requires 2 black mana to cast. So I'm not going to take this because I'm really confident that I'm going to be playing Lorehold just straight red-white. And the person who I pass to is just going to have a really nice gift here. I'm going to take Repel Calamity. This is a good removal spell, and I'm happy to run it in my deck. Take those out. Alright. So here, I'm going to take Dig Site Inventory. This card works really well in the sort of aggressive red-white archetype. And with Flash Black, I can trigger my Leaves the Graveyard triggers from Garrison Excavator, Spirit Mascot. Another card I'm interested in picking up is this Mage Tower Referee. It's a 2-drop, and I do have 1, 2, 3 multicolored spells already, and so it can go over time. Lots of interesting options. I like Flashback. Tablet of Discovery is also pretty darn good. I'm pretty interested in the Spirit Mascot. Lorehold Charm is also really strong. I'm going to hope Spirit Mascot wheels. And I'm going to take the Lorehold Charm. Unsubtle Mockery, also pretty good. It's a tough pick. So here, I really like Owlin Historian in the Lorehold deck. I think Innis can also be pretty darn good. With my flashback cards, I got one. It's a tough pick between the Owlin Historian and the Innis. And I think flying is just so strong right now, and I don't really want to be using Innis's blink ability on any of my creatures. Maybe it could pair well with the Ascendant Dust Speaker. Angel's Grace. I'm not crazy about. This pack is a pretty clear pick. Pursue the Past. This card is just like, it can save you for one turn, but then if you don't win on the next turn, then you're very likely going to be losing. The turn after that is my thought on Angel's Grace. I could be wrong, but I think Pursue the Past is definitely the strongest card that I'm seeing in this pack for my deck. So here, I think, so I'm looking at the red cards. I don't really know how crazy I am about this card. I like the 2-drop, honestly. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multicolored spells. So hopefully I can make this pretty big, and I'm trying to be aggressive. So here, the Dromedary is a really good card in Lorehold. It's definitely the strongest card in this pack. If it wasn't there, another dig site inventory could be good. The Goblin Glasswright could be good. I'm gonna take Monstrous Rage. It's just gonna be aggressive. I'm trying to push damage. I like the dual land as well. I don't think I'm gonna end up playing Return the Fable. This is just filler. Not really super crazy about any of these cards. And at this stage, it's either going to be these guys. I have been seeing a lot of Ancestral Angers, which I haven't played with. I'm going to take another Dual Tactics. And I had a good feeling we were gonna get the spirit mascot back. A lot of my cards already have flashback, so I feel like that's just a little bit redundant. And here I'm gonna take this 2-drop Expressive Fire Dancer. I have a lot of ways to target creatures already. Because I picked up all these little 1-mana spells, and I'm probably gonna play a lot of them. And then this. Sure. Alright, so in our third pack, I'm really excited because this card is going to be wonderful for us. It's aggressive, it has haste, and it's got a wonderful combo with the Summoned Dromedary, where you discard the Dromedary, and then you can pay 2 to return it back to your hand, discard it, in again, and then you can do it for as much mana as you have. So I'm really excited about this rare. And we've passed some good Silver Quill cards. So someone is going to have a good Silver Quill deck. I like Hop to It. It's going to be like that Boros go wide strategy. I like the Lorecaster as some top end. Another Allen Historian could be good. Thunderdrum Soloist is nice. How many instants and sorceries do I have? Fair amount. Hop to It's going to be good for us. Alright. Like a Caesar. Splatter Technique is a wonderful spell. Pack 3, 2 people passed it, so that's a pretty good sign that the player to my right is not in blue-red. So we probably could have built a good blue-red deck as well, but I feel pretty confident that Lorehold was very well open at the table as well. Wow. Okay, so this is a great pack for us. Primary Research, Living History, and Molten Note are all excellent cards in the Lorehold deck. I think I'm going to take Molten Note, and maybe we'll get some of these back. Because I do feel like I'm a little bit light on removal. Take another dig site inventory. We've seen a lot of these Ancestral Angers, and I haven't jumped on them. The Trample seems pretty good. That could have been a mistake. I just haven't played with this card much, but I know it's looking at that sort of aggressive red deck. And another hardened Academic. This is crazy that we're getting this in pick 6. Oh my goodness. I'm really excited to play this deck. We've just gotten really hooked up with a lot of strong cards. Bit of an interesting decision here. I do think Artistic Process is going to be really strong. It's got removal. It can give us a flyer. And here, I think I'm just going to take another dig site inventory. I'm not super interested in this card, so I'm not splashing for any different colors. I'm not big on the Ember Mare. So here I'm thinking about Helping Hand because it can trigger it helps with our Leave the Graveyard stuff. The Dust Speaker is also nice. So I'm really happy to pick up Thunderdrum Soloist. And something exciting in that pack. And okay, I had a good feeling we were going to get these cards back. I'll take the Living History. I think it's a little stronger than the Spirit Mascot. So this was a draft that honestly we found our lane. We knew we wanted to be red. Because of our kind of opened a really strong red card, and we just kind of followed that idea of picking red cards and finding out whether Lorehold or Prismari was more open. I'm really happy with Lorehold. Getting 2 hardened academics in pack 3 was excellent for us. We have a lot of cuts to make, so let's see. I can play that card. Not going to play Return Seeds. Sweet. We have, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 multicolored spells. So I do actually think Mage Tower Referee is gonna be a strong card. I'm going to take out Monstrous Rage. It's good, but our other 1-drop spells here have flashback. And I'm more interested in keeping spells that have flashback. This card is good, but it doesn't have flashback. Helping Hand. I've got so many of these weaker creatures that Helping Hand does look pretty good. I'm gonna cut it though. And I don't think I need 3 dig site inventories, so I'm gonna cut another one of those. For 4 drops, we can cut the Honor Bound Page. This card is just so good. Even though I'm playing a more aggressive deck, if the game does wear on, this will be nice to have. Yeah, so the question that I'm really interested in discovering as we play some games here is whether or not I just want to remove this expensive card and just say, hey, this deck is trying to kill the opponent as fast as possible, or if I leave this in and say, no, it's going to be a really strong late game play for us. So I don't have the answer. I've got so many 2-drops here. I think my deck's identity is really clear. I don't want to cut any of my 2-drops, even though this is such a strong card. It's so expensive. And I think my deck just wants to be winning the game as fast as possible. If the game goes on to turn 7, then I feel like I'm in pretty big trouble. And besides, I'm not playing a ton of like spells that I'm happy with mana cost 4 or greater. Like I don't have a lot of expensive spells. Although I could get like a couple extra 2-drops with this. Yeah, I just am kind of talking myself through it here. I don't know what the right answer is. Um, think about something else for a little while. How many instants and sorcerers do I have? 4 instants, 10 sorcerers. That's a lot. I think kind of the decision is, do I could take out some of my earlier plays here and leave in my more expensive spells, or I could take out my expensive spells and just keep it with this really aggressive early start. And I think what I'm going to do is reel it back on some of my earlier plays. I'm going to take out, let's see, like Soloist. I like how the Soloist works with some of these more expensive spells, so I'm going to leave that one in. Aziza could easily win me the game with like artistic process or like copying improvisation capstone would be ridiculous. Copying like let's see. I guess I will take out the Mage Tower referee. And I think heated argument. Although taking out another like a spell like this instantly makes Aziza and Thunderdrum Soloist weaker because that's like a spell that I would want to be using to trigger the Magnum Opus, and it's a spell that I would want to be copying with Aziza. I do kind of get the feeling that Aziza is just a little bit too cute. Like, I want to be tapping my creatures not to do this, like, fancy trick, but I want to be tapping them to attack. So I do think I'm going to take Aziza out. And even though I took out some of my strong earlier plays, I still have some strong early plays. And then if the game does wear on, I do think my deck has answers. So we're going to run it like this. Slightly more red, and we've got 9 mountains, 8 plains. Would have been nice to get a dual land. But I'm really confident with this build. I think this will be a strong deck. So we'll see how it goes. All right. I'm going to keep. It's a little bit unfortunate that I don't have one of my 2-drops, but Molten Note can be a 2-drop, where X is 0. But Hop to It into the Dromedary seems strong. And I've got both of my colors of lands, and I don't like mulliganing into 6. I want to be trying to keep if I can. I only got a 2-drop, so I do think I'm going to play this Sculpting Administrator. So what we are going to do is I am going to cast Molten Note and set X equal to 0 and kill their Scolding Administrator. So, hop to it. Okay, so Twofold Intent is a sorcery. So I think what I might do here is triple block. And I will be using dual tactics to kill the Quillblade Laureate. If they have a combat trick, so be it. Project. Right. So first things first. I might save this. I might just want to cast the Dromedary. It blocks well against Quillblade Laureate. Oh no, because if they do, we'll see. We'll see how they want to use Twofold Intent. Or what I might do, as a matter of fact, I'm going to cast this, discard the Dromedary, because I can just bring it back to my hand. And then cast Dual Tactics on the Quillblade Laureate. I could also just discard this and then flash it back. Either of these cards are going to be fine to discard. I would like to cast Dual Tactics twice, so I'm going to discard the Dromedary. And then I'm going to play this, cast this. Alright, so we do have our capstone. Thunderdome Soloist is nice to see here. It blocks well against the 2/2s. I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'll play a Plains. And I can either bring Dromedary back to my hand, or use dual tactics against their Inkling. I'm gonna save dual tactics. They're not gonna be doing a ton of damage with this off the bat, so I'm just gonna return this to my hand. Great card. Get in for some damage here. Nice. Okay. Alright. At this stage... I'm going to summon the Dromedary. Like this. And... I'm going to keep this and discard it into this Pursue the Past. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm really excited to cast the Capstone, and I am digging for a particular spell. I'm digging for Artistic Process so I can wipe their board. So we're going to leave it like this for now. Sure. Okay. I might just be dead here. Not really sure how I could have played this differently. I think my only really hope is to get Artistic Process. I could hit them for 3 damage and gain 3 life and have 8. And this would be 7, 8, 9. That's not quite good enough. I play this. I discard Pursue the Past and hit them for 3 damage. And then... I don't know. It does block pretty well. Southwinder guys. And has lifelink. And I can use dual tactics to kill something. It's hard to exactly know what to do. This is just a hope and a prayer. I don't think I want to cast the Capstone. And I'm going to gain some life. And I'll discard Pursue the Past to draw 2. And we got Artistic Process. I'm not going to attack. I'm going to save this as a blocker, and I'm going to discard to give it lifelink, and hopefully that will save me so I can cast Artistic Process. I can do that at instant speed, I believe, so no attacks. I'm going to discard the Spirit Mascot. They have to attack with everything. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I do have to block. And I'm gonna block the Glyph Mage and take 4. All right. So we are going to start with Artistic Process. 2 damage to each creature you don't control. And I'm hanging in there. Pursue the Past will gain us some life. Ooh. 4 Micro Scribe is good. So I'm gonna start. I have to kill this. Ward discard a card. What spells am I looking for at this stage? Maybe a Wilt in the Heat? I'll try it. Discard. I'll just exile. I guess hop. I don't know. I think it makes a huge difference. Are they going to kill me with an Elite Interceptor? That is the question. Another group project. I can gain some life. I don't have anything to discard for this. Wow, they opt to draw. Okay, so I get to cast this, and this. This card is useless right now, so I'm fine to discard it or pursue the past. I've got 9 cards left in my library to their 13. We do have to keep in mind they can tap one of my cards. We'll cast the Fire Dancer. And at this stage, I feel pretty happy with how I've stabilized. I'm going to cast this now so I can make another 3/3 that will block really well against their 2/2. Yep. They just need to draw. They need an answer. They need a kill spell. And if they have it, great. Then they win. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit them for 20 in the course of... Okay, sure. I don't know why they wouldn't just destroy... Oh, because they can't. They don't have the mana. So I can actually decline this. Because it's going to end up losing me the game. Is this an artifact? No. No. Return target artifact creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and trample. So I'm going to decline. It's tough attacking. Let's see. Return target artifact or creature with value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I'll happily take the hardened academic. I need a second to think. I do feel like I need to start attacking. I'm gonna put this here. +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Yeah. That's a great... Wow. That's nice. They got it. Sure. Yeah, it was a good game. They had good spells. Not a ton I could have done there, I don't think, to... Sure. Have to chump block it. I have another. I'm just gonna let you see what happens. I'm gonna discard it to give it lifelink and go up to 8. This will trigger Living History. Is this your graveyard? So I need to do your graveyard and exile hop to it. And now I just have to survive. Everything they have gets big. This chump blocks here, this chump blocks here, and I take 6, 7 damage, and I can kill them with Hardened Academic on my turn. Let's go. Hardened Academic coming in strong for the win. Oh, and we go up to Platinum. Wow. All right. That felt good. I feel like we played that out pretty well. Very close game. I think our improvisation capstone really did a lot of work for us. Artistic process, wiping their board was critical. Heated argument to kill their creature at the end was pretty critical. Really happy with how the deck ran. I felt it was really strong to use Lorehold Charm to get back the Hardened Academic. And so it makes me think maybe I put in Helping Hand. But with Helping Hand, it enters tapped, so it's not quite as good. I do think, so I didn't realize, but when I cast like Molten Note from the graveyard, or Pursue the Past from the graveyard, I think it would trigger Mage Tower Referee again. So this card does seem like it's going to be pretty darn strong in the deck. And so I think the two drops that I'm considering taking out are the Thunderdrum Soloist or Expressive Fire Dancer. I'm going to cut the Soloist. And leave the Fire Dancer. It's very close. Actually, we'll try it with the Soloist, because I was thinking, like, again with the flashback cards, the Soloist is going to be putting in work. That's that's unconditional damage. Whereas Expressive Fire Dancer, it will get that +1/+1, or potentially double strike, but then I do have to be able to attack through potential blockers. Whereas with Thunderdrum Soloist, I'm not going to have to punch through any blockers with that. Check the time. About 30 minutes here. Okay, we're going to do it like this. And I think I should have time for 1 or 2 more games. All right. So this would be a great hand, but it's troubling that I don't have any planes. And I would only have 1 chance to draw them before I start losing on time. So I am going to mulligan this hand. Hop to it is nice to see, though. This is like, it could kind of work as a stabilizer for me. And the Lorehold Charm getting back Hardened Academic if they remove it could be really good, too. Maybe I'll keep it, and we'll just say, pray to God we draw planes, Just can't cast any of these if I don't. That's what's so scary about this hand. We're gonna move. Okay. This looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna toss the Garrison Excavator. Because everything else I could cast. So now I'm gonna cast History. I think that might have been a slight misplay. I probably would have rather discarded Pursue the Past than to Pursue the Past. Yeah, that was a mistake. Well, I do need to draw, so I'm going to discard, unfortunately, Heated Arguments. And I am going to try to kill them as fast as possible. It's nice to see another hardened deck. So it's looking like they're just straight Golgari. Ooh. This is going to be my weakest card. Sure. Once I get another land... Sure. Alright. So... play this... because I want to be making it bigger when I start doing my Pursue the Past stuff. Sure. Removal. Another land is nice to see. I'm gonna play my land and discard Repel Calamity. It's kind of, well, it's kind of risky. Discard the land. If they do play something big, I want to have Repel Calamity. This is great to see. I'm kind of sad I discarded the land now. It was a tough decision. I can always draw another land. Or I'll try again. I don't think they're going to... see, now This is gonna die. I can kill all their small stuff. I think I'm gonna destroy this. Cast this. Short. Alright. 2 damage to each creature you do not control. Lorehold Charm will get back my, each opponent sacks a non-token artifact. Return to our artifact, each card of mana trailer from give it a could you control get +1/+1 and trample until end of turn. I want my hardened academic back. And I want to also cast Elven Historian, Surveil. I'm going to discard the land into Pursue the Past. So that's fine. I could draw... The card underneath it could be a flashback card, which is something to consider. I'm just going to leave the land there. It's fine. Discard card. This creature gains lifelink. I think I'll discard my mountain. I like how well Living History works with the Hardened Academic. Another Slumbering Trudge. I'm gonna cast Hop to it. Sure. They needed that removal. And another land. I think what else I have here that can save me. Walk there. Yep. Sure. Yeah, they got there. It was close. I almost had them. They had the removal when they needed it. And then we drew nothing but lands then. Which is Can't do anything about it. I think I played that pretty well. It was unfortunate to keep on drawing lands, as I said. They had tons of removal. Honestly, like, let's see, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of removal. Um, I think this Golgari deck does want all that removal. And then they had 2 Slumbering Trudges, the Additive Evolution. Yeah. Check the time. Yeah, I can try for 1 more. Okay. So I'm really happy to keep this. I think I'm gonna start the bidding with Mage Tower Referee, and then it'll get bigger when I cast Spirit Mascot and Pursue the Past. Hello. Tome Blast. I'm just gonna play Spirit Mascot. They have more removal, they have more removal. Trove. So here, I'm going to return. I want to get these guys out of range of the second Tome Blast as fast as possible. They can play. Oh no, they will have it. Oh, that's a misplay. Oh well. But then they have to waste their turn Tome Blasting my Mage Tower Referee. So. And I'm just going to put Dig Site Inventory on Spirit Mascot. Sure. I'm going to, let's see, Pursue the Past and discard Repel Calamity into it. Play a Mountain. I'm gonna save dig site inventory for Allen Historian. I could also discard dual tactics into the second Pursue the Past. Play another Trove. So I'm going to cast Pursue the Past. Or do I might want to cast this first. Yeah, we're going to do this. Or just hop to it. I'm going to cast this, and then dig site inventory on the Mage Tower effort. They can counter it. Sure. Oh wow, that still triggers. And down 8. Hop to it. Next turn, maybe. It's nice that Mage Tower referee still got the counter, even though they countered my spell. This one. As I was guessing, Mage Tower referee's been really nice. They have lots of spells that can stabilize them, I'm sure. Snarl Song, they could make me discard my hand. Yep. Alright. Play that. I think the goal is going to be to win in the air at this stage. Allen Historian. I'm not crazy about that second mountain. I'm going to keep it there because I'm going to discard it for Pursue the Past. Dual tactics. Six. Jazz. Nice. We'll discard some lands. Wonder what they got. Very nice, opponent. Very nice. Alright. Let me see here. Pursue the past. Or just cast Hop to it. Let's see. I already used. Have I seen Lorehold Charm yet? Yes. Dum, 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 dum. Discarding Mountain. I guess I'll just create flyer. That seems like a mistake. We're gonna cast this big thing. Where X is equal to if I've got if this is their one card in hand is Arcane Omens, that would be kind of scary. Nope, they do this. Bunch of 3/3s. And gain some life. Gain themselves some life. Why did they say oops? 2 damage to each creature you don't control. So close yet so far. Oh, and it puts counters on those guys too. Oh, they said oops because they should have done that before they attacked. I think I'm just gonna try to win in the air. Hop to it can be good for some chump blockers. Glad I didn't discard it. 14, I might just die though. This blocks one of them. Snarl Song is good. Plus Snarl Song plus Jadzi is a really good combo. Because this ability puts X +1/+1 counters on each fractal you control. This blocks here, this blocks. So much for winning in the air. Can I even 7 + 9 is 16, so that doesn't work. And then they can Tome Blast me. Yeah. I needed to have an answer for Jadzi. It's just too little too late. We tried. 2 losses, 1 win. With a pretty strong deck. So I'm gonna have to pause for now. Thank you for watching this far, and I'll pick this up at a later date.